With ATT, Apple's removing access to the IDFA. What's actually happening, and how does this manifest itself for marketers?
What the IDFA actually is, when we break it down, was the ability for a marketer, or the A in the IDFA, advertiser, to track your experience across your usage of, say, a mobile phone. Now, with these changes, if you were to download, let's say, I'm a golf fan, a PGA Tour app right on your phone, there would be a piece of code, a pixel in that app that would track my user behavior. Now, when I download that app, I'll see a little pop-up that comes up, and it'll say, Maddie, will you let PGA use your data to track you while you're using the experience? And you can quickly say yes or no. So that's the brass tacks of really what's changing. What this means for marketers is, normally when an app was installed on this phone, that was automatically assumed that they could track your usage on the phone. Now every user will have the ability to opt out of that.
Correct me if I'm wrong here, but the marketers don't actually care about what I'm doing. What it comes down to is trying to understand who and what type of user is likely to actually purchase within that PGA app. Yep. Right? And so, because ultimately they're trying to target specific types of users who are going to be better customers for them. It'll make it more difficult to show ads to your best possible customers, so folks will just have to show them more broadly and sort of hope for the best from there.
I think you make a good point there. The thing that'll fundamentally change, it'll just be harder to model the audience that are your ideal consumer, right? So if you're a person that, shops for X, Y, and Z on X, Y, and Z site, like, your behavior in that app is one data point that they're looking at, and then they're appending that to other usage behavior or other attributes they might have to build an audience that they think is ideal to drive that, let's say, online transaction. Without the ability to track the transaction itself, like, all of those other data points become a little less useful. Not to say they're not still useful, but I think marketers will have to look for different ways to actually be relevant to those consumers that they just can't find right away because they're looking at their behaviors.
I'm Alex.
And I'm Maddie.
And we covered, I would say, a decent amount of what signal loss is, but there's a lot more here. The good news is VidMob has created an incredible resource in our Digital Marketers Essential Guide to Signal Loss. And if you want to dig in and learn kind of all that there is to learn, just click below, download the ebook, and hopefully that'll be another valuable resource for you.
And thank you for your time today.